Hello everyone and welcome back to the Dylan with a Blankie channel for another move dodging, princess nabbing, bros having adventure. And another beautiful day for another beautiful challenge. You may have recently seen me play my favorite Mario & Luigi game, which is Partners in Time, where I attempt to beat the game with only the babies. But after beating that game, I realized something. I've never played the original Superstar Saga. Yes, I've played the 3DS remake a while back, but I just never played the original. Well, my friends, it's time to remedy that. I wanted to pay homage to this great series by doing as difficult a challenge I could think of. For this run, I'll be attempting to do it coinless. No spending money at all. This means for most of the game we need to rely on what the game gives us. Also, I'll only bonus upgrade our stash points because we all need thick mustaches. Here are the rules. No spending money or losing money. I cannot spend any money that isn't mandatory, and I cannot run from battles since you lose money running away. Whenever I level up, I must use the bonus upgrade on only the stash stat. Stash in this game is just luck and discounts in the shops. Only the coins count as currency. Beans are free game. I will not grind the beans though, I'll just take whatever I find and use them later. There you have it, gamers. I guess the question is, what's the minimum amount of coins we must spend to beat the game? Can Mario & Luigi overcome the trials ahead through thick mustaches and full pockets alone? Let's-a go! Prologue. Illegal immigration. Our journey begins with Peach getting her voice stolen to be used in AI pleasure bots. Okay, let's chat real quick. What do these toads do? Why doesn't Mario just live in the castle with Peach? She obviously can't be left alone. Anyway, head over to Mario's house where we play as the star of the game, Toad. No, for real, you can control Toad here. Toad meets Mario in his bathroom and sees just how thick his mustache is.
Fuck! Oh!
Our duo of Mario and Luigi head to the castle where we find Bowser. He's dead now. Peach is so irritated losing her voice that she starts yelling slurs like it's a Call of Duty Black Ops lobby, causing the castle to explode. In the courtyard, we get a few things to start our journey. 2 mushrooms, a super shroom, and a 1-up shroom. Toadsworth also gifts us our first 100 coins. We must now head to the Bean Bean Kingdom to fight the recent terrorists. Good thing our local terrorist Bowser wants to take us. Luigi gets dragged along against his will as well. Now we can pause and look at our initial stats. Gosh, don't you just love those noises they make? This game is already packed with so much character. I really dig the passport theme. We take our passport photos and do some tutorial fights with Goombas. Doing this, we gain our first level ups. Our stash stat is pretty lacking, so let's fix that. We get to the main deck of the ship, and Bowser turns into a 2000 scene kid. Just then, the villains show up who stole Peach's voice, forcing us to battle. First boss of the game is Fawful. He just shoots this little beam, and depending on the color of the text is who he'll be attacking. It's funny in retrospect how easy the tell is for Fawful, because pretty early in the game the tells get extremely subtle. We win and gain nothing for the fight other than the ship being destroyed. Mario and Luigi crash land somewhere near the Bean Bean Kingdom. We ignore the Koopa corpses to find the border, where we must get past border patrol.
I will build a great...
Well, we have 2 Italian immigrants jumping the border. This is an accurate depiction of how my ancestors got into America. This minigame is fun as hell. I decided to go back in, and there are several stages you can do. All the names are named after classic Mario games. Yes, Super Mario Sunshine is a classic now, you old fuck. I complete the stages and move ahead, finding some mushrooms. I get into my first encounter. Oops, I totally forgot that running makes you drop coins, resulting in my first reset, and having to redo all the border jump game. The second time around, I avoid most battles. We find Bowser stuck inside a cannon and jump on him, which, funny enough, gives us 3 coins. This dude, though, is charging us to help out Bowser, and takes our current 112 coins, which makes my mustache sad. This means the run is dead as those Koopas. He wants 100 Bean Bean coins, so we must hunt around for more. In the area, we meet the 2 general guys whose faces I cannot comprehend till they turn to the side, and I wish I could erase this memory. We learn how to high jump and spin jump. I'm not a huge fan of the layout of these buttons. It's really irritating to switch the brothers to use whatever is needed in a situation, but this was on the Game Boy Advance, so it had like 6 buttons. A bit more trekking and we learn how to use bro attacks. Just like Partners in Time's bro items, these attacks are critical to the run succeeding. Utilizing our new techniques, we get the bros to level 3 with 100 coins in tow. We head to pay Tollstar, who foolishly tells us he will not free Bowser before we pay, meaning we keep those 100 coins, and it's time to kick his ass. Tollstar throws spike balls, and depending on the hand he uses, lets you know which bro he's targeting. We beat him easily and level up to 4, then finally enter the Bean Bean Kingdom. Chapter 1. Tutorial Mountain. Bean Bean Knights show up and harass us for illegally crossing into their country. Relax guys, it's not a big deal. Using our newfound abilities, we explore this village. Mario Mukbang when? There are tons of items to find, and also this infinite way to farm mushrooms I found. I got 2 of them and decided to get rid of 1 and never use this to keep items fairly balanced. Buffalo uses the classic strat of blocking our way with a big rock, meaning we're stuck here. The only place left to go is up. As we climb, I end up in a battle where Mario falls and I use a 1-up shroom to revive him. This causes me to reset since I'll probably need that for a more important battle at some point. This one fight alone causes me to avoid most encounters for the rest of the game, creating a lot of later problems. Near the top, I do this awful minigame, and I win! Then get the pleasure of doing a boss fight with this guy, Hoo-Hoo-Riss. I have no idea what I'm doing, so I die a lot. Hoo-Hoo here summons these pillars that fire lasers. Just keep jumping on them and they don't become an issue. Hoo-Hoo himself will shoot a laser that both brothers must jump over. In my first attempt, I take a lot of damage. Once Luigi goes down, I reset, meaning I get to do this fun minigame again. Yay! I do much better avoiding most of the attacks and winning without using items. The bros hit level 5 and the stashes couldn't look better. At the very top of the mountain, we see my current inventory. The game has given us a lot of mushrooms to work with, and I spend 1 on Mario before entering yet another boss battle, Dragoho-Ho. This little dragon guy shoots fireballs at the bros that you must jump over, and that's about all he does. He spits out a rock that lets him get closer, making the fireballs more difficult to dodge. I try my best to keep the rock out of play, but it just soaks up a turn when I try to kill it. We lose quickly, but I know the moves now. Using what bros moves I can and avoiding most attacks, he goes down easy. I did end up using 4 mushrooms in the battle. The dragon then shits out Prince Peasley, and he instructs us to head toward Bean Bean Castle and tosses us his only beans link. Back at the base of the mountain, we get some hammers made for us. Now, it's even more annoying to swap those abilities. We navigate more mountain and find yet another minigame. It's this sweet little minecart game where Mario holds the light for Luigi and you have to get these gems. Look at how sad they get when you lose. I do all the stages before moving on to the Bean Bean Castle. Chapter 2. A Queen and her Dr. Pepper. Sheesh, depressing place here. At least pick up your corpses. First thing I do is head to the shop and sell that 1 extra mushroom I got earlier. Mario and Luigi get treated like most of my videos. The lady of the castle, Lima, forces us to repair the plumbing. Like, at least pay us for it. There are several obstacles in the sewer that aren't difficult, but I'm having some serious problems using the hammer to counterattack. The damn hammerheads fall off so quick and take so long to get ready compared to Partners in Time that I end up resetting a few times due to all the damage I take down here. On my best run, I get into 0 fights and exit. We at least got a lot of items. We stumble upon the real Lady Lima, who has been prisoner here. Cackaletta and Fawful reveal themselves, having taken the Bean Star for themselves. We now have to fight the rage-induced Queen Bean!
Let's go!
She's tough. In my first attempt, I take out both of her arms, which leave her vulnerable for a while, but then she restores both arms after a few turns. While she's vulnerable, she spits out these beans, and if you land on them, they turn into enemies. This attack is annoying as hell, because she does it so much. With both her arms, she uses a massive ground attack only once, and then you get your turn. If you hammer her, she moves back, and whenever it's her turn, she gets a tiny bit closer, making the moves a bit more difficult to dodge. At some point in the battle, I take out one of her arms, which makes the ground pound move super easy to dodge. With only one arm, she does that attack the whole fight. No more beans, no super slam, and the dead arm won't recover. I hammer her for 1 damage and dodge that attack the whole fight, winning easily. Overall, this battle cost me a 1-up shroom, a nut, and 3 mushrooms. After winning, we level up twice to level 7. The stats are rounding out nicely. We've subdued the queen, but she's still in bad shape. The only way to cure her is with the cool, crisp taste of Dr. Pepper. As As we leave the castle, we finally get our first badge. We're given the Bean Badge, absolutely free. It increases our power and bro points. I equip this to Mario since the game forces me, and I just leave it on him. We then head off to Chuckle Huck Woods. It doesn't take long to get there, and we immediately end up in another boss fight. The thief Popple and his somewhat familiar cohort, Rookie. This fight is where we're introduced to the annoying mechanic of, well, I don't know what it's called, so I'm just gonna name it, fuck you, I go now. If we attack Popple first, then Rookie gets a free action immediately after to throw hammers. No idea how, but he throws them bitches in slow motion, making them super tough to block. I lose and get the unrequited joy of going through this barrel maze several times. I stick to hitting people a lot, but whenever a bro goes down, I reset, not wanting to lose my 1-up shrooms this early. I finally give up on attacking Popple and just lay into Rookie, making it a much easier time since I'm not dealing with an extra 2 turns. Mario's bro attack does really well here. At a certain point, Rookie starts blasting fire, which is much easier for me to dodge since it moves decently quick. Not soon after he goes down, we can finally attack Popple. Oh, well, we get to level 8 with Mario, and I used only 2 mushrooms that fight. I should point out I did learn the advanced move for Splash Bros, but I won't figure out how advanced moves work till much later, and even then, I opt to stick to the normal version. We meet 2 Frenchmen who are really French. They teach us how to miniaturize Mario to fit in tight places and slam Luigi into the ground, to get through grates and dig up beans. Of course, we proceed to go through the next area using all of these abilities. I get into a single fight leveling Luigi up to 8. Avoiding every other fight, we run into this cool tree guy. He's awesome. He tasks us with finding his 3 butt plugs, and it's not too bad until we get into a boss fight. We face Wiggler. He's pissed that we ran trains on him earlier. It's an interesting fight. Wiggler is enraged and has 5 hittable sections, his head and 4 segments on the body. The idea is to hit the 4 segments, which will make him docile, making you able to attack the head to do damage. This is easier said than done, as I die a lot, and have to keep retrekking back to this spot. The big problem is if you jump to dodge and hit him on the head, you reset all the spots. This fact causes me to take damage on purpose so I don't reset his rage. I take the hits as needed and use only 1 mushroom, winning the fight. Now, you may have noticed that I have some new bros moves, and yes, I do. I've learned chopper bros for Mario and knockback bros for Luigi. I am not good at them yet, but give it time. We get the plugs and he fits all 3 in at the same time and dies of pure ecstasy. Bummer. Hate when that happens. In the innermost sanctum, we find the soda and the guy creating it, Bubbles. Then the soda attacks us. Now, I won't lie to you, dear viewer. This fight was hard. Like, really hard. Chuckle-later has a few attacks here. He starts with a wooden shield and swaps his hands to determine what attack he's using. When his sword is exposed, he does an easy-to-counter ground attack, but when he swaps... he shoots this bubble out that I can't for the life of me dodge. You cannot land on it, so you have to completely clear the bubble, or we take half our health and damage from 1 attack. What's worse is eventually we break the shield, meaning he now attacks with both. Now, I lose a lot, but I get better and better and better. Now, I'm an absolute monster with a Chopper Bros attack. I couldn't get it to work before, but this attack has 2 setup prompts, and then you mash the A button to do as much damage as you can. If you didn't know, I am a button press king. That means we do damage. It's about time I mention HP. This guy has 300. Everyone before this either had 100 or way less. I am not sure why they made this guy so beefy. Once near death, he goes into this mini form, which of course, I don't know any timings anymore, so I try to do my best to do damage. Meanwhile, Bubbles will heal him every turn. Now I have to do more than 15 damage every turn or I lose. After a long battle, I use almost all of my 1-up shrooms, and I'm not satisfied with that, so I restart. My final attempt took a while, and it cost me 2 mushrooms, 2 syrups, and 1 single 1-up shroom. We both then level up to 9. This next section has Luigi separated from Mario, and I die a few times until I manage to get through without a single encounter. We get back to the castle, and Mario, being the freak he is, spits the Dr. Pepper in the Queen's mouth. We find out the Beanstar can grant wishes, and of course it can. Then Prince Peasley tells us Cacaletta is at the local college, which is the same one Dr. Pepper graduated from. Since we went to trade school, we know she's up to no good with that fancy college degree. Chapter 3. I'm glad I went to trade school. Before we head out, I look around a bit. They repaired this place fast. In Paper Mario, they just left that hole in the ground for the whole damn game. There are a lot of items in the houses here, so I scavenge as much as I can, then I leave. Almost immediately, I find this cool course that Luigi does, and we get a golden mushroom for it. I never use it. I once again get into 0 battles and make it to the college. One of the professors turns into a monster, so we do the sensible thing and fucking kill him. Dark. Yahoo! One area I enjoy is this place that explains the blocks you find in the game. It also has a little museum for all the blocks in previous Mario games. The enemies are very combat forward here, meaning they love to jump you from behind or do some weird shit to catch you off guard. If a battle starts with a surprise and one of us being knocked down, we die. With that in mind, I try hard to avoid every battle and reset if we ever lose even one bro in battle. I'll give it to them, the puzzles here are very fun. If only I wasn't constantly losing. They really captured what college life is like. I do get into one battle with this guy who I just have to get rid of. Thank goodness it's these viruses. These guys are the little viruses from Dr. Mario, and when you hit them, they change color. You match up the colors, they instantly die, making this particular fight a cakewalk, and leveling us up to 10. Some more puzzles and a Donkey Kong throwback later, we make it to the end where we must fight Cackaletta herself. She threatens to knock us back to the Mushroom Kingdom, and I'd like to see her try. There's no fucking way this fight's real. Did you see that? She just did like 8 of those whole things. She gets so many freaking turns, it's unbelievable. Most of the time, I straight up just die turn 1. Then, she splits into 3. What happens when you attack the wrong one? Now you have to dodge a ton of bats. It's actually crazy this is such an early fight in the game, because it's just bonkers, dude. After many failed attempts, I get much better at dodging most of the attacks. The big hurdle is the clones. I cannot deal with hitting the wrong one and dodging a bat onslaught over and over. She boasts 200 HP, meaning we're going to be here a while doing about 12 per turn. She does have a tell, which is if all the clones are active and she attacks, she will use a lightning attack. If she raises both of her arms, that's the real one. I use that, but also every once in a while, I take a guess when my health is full and get some insane luck. It takes a significant amount of time, but she enters her final phase and starts spamming those whole things. Too bad for her, I got hella practice from starting the fight over and over, so they rarely get us. After nearly an hour of fighting, we finally beat her, having used 1 mushroom, 3 nuts, 4 syrups, and 4 1-up shrooms. At the very least, we gained 2 whole levels. Oh, yeah, she died. Like for real. Her soul may have survived or whatever, but we killed her body. This dungeon is far from over, though. We now need to travel to the basement to get to the Bean Star. I reset here over and over and over and over again. I spent more time in this one section than I did in that boss fight. I just keep getting back attacked, which is an automatic reset. I don't have the 1-ups to waste anymore, so if I don't avoid every single attack, I have to reset. On my final run, I complete 1 battle and found the Bean Star. But of course, another boss waited for me. Popple and Rookie, yet again. The moves are still the same, and Rookie still gets his "fuck you, it's my turn now" attack, but I've gotten much better at countering since our last run-in. The first attempt, I died to them doing these new bros moves they know, but now, I'm ready for it. Something I didn't mention from the last fight is that Popple can steal from us should he land an attack. If he does, he can take a mushroom and heal himself or Rookie, which is deadly for us with our limited stock. Good thing I'm a pro gamer and knock off Popple quickly with our chopper attack. I'm getting some mileage out of this bad boy. It's easily my most damaging tool for the entire run. With it down to just Rookie, it's a matter of dodging every attack and punishing. After a well-fought battle, we level to 14 and expend 1 nut, 2 mushrooms, a syrup, and a 1-up shroom. The Bean Star then gets upset seeing how much he owes in student loans and breaks into 4 pieces across the Bean Kingdom. And the brothers crash land in a strange place called Ohio. Chapter 4. Ohio is for lovers. We wake up in a strange land known as Ohio. It's full of these strange beings who seem to be void of intelligence. Deep in a ruin nearby, Luigi learns a new power, the Thunder Hand. We can now create balls of lightning at will. I use it on the nearby Ohioan, who is immediately cracked the fuck out and begging me to give in to his kink. I get destroyed by this guy. Feeling extremely unsafe in this state, I get the Thunder Hand again and the Firebrand from Mario and get the hell out of here. We escape that hellhole into the bottom of the— Hey everyone, Dylan with a blankie from the future here. There was something I forgot to put in the script right here. When you fall down a pipe, you lose 4 coins if you don't catch yourself. Now, I'm going to play it in slow motion and let you see those coins as they come out. Because at first I thought they were gravel, but I noticed I lost a ton of coins because I kept hitting the ground over and over again. So we have to make sure to avoid hitting the bottom like that. And back to the video. The ocean, where we use fire to light torches. This Ohio place is unreal. I can't get into a single battle here, or it's as difficult as a boss fight. I die and reset a lot, not knowing where the hell I need to go, and it turns out I just needed to go here. That looks like a fucking wall! I avoid all the battles and finally escape. Prince Peasley shows up to promote his only beans again. He tells us he sent for Princess Peach to get some exclusive feet pics from her, so we need to head towards the airport. Before that, though, I find this place where we can use Luigi's Thunder to open a gate, and wouldn't you know, we see the hammer dudes again, and they upgrade our hammers to super hammers. A little ahead, we can use our hammers to learn a new move. Never mind, we just got hammers here, nothing else. A little way away, I find yet another place where we have to hit those blocks simultaneously, and at the very end, we get our first piece of gear. That's right. This is our first one, the wool trousers. They have the ability to auto-regenerate our HP, and increase our defense by about 30 points. Much better than the starting gear for sure. I equip them to Mario and head to the airport. It seems the airport was overtaken by piranha plants, so we soak them in gasoline and electrocute them. This reveals Mama Piranha, who I boldly go in the fight and straight up lose. A lot. Okay, let's talk about this boss. Mama Piranha has 220 HP. Not too bad. If I wasn't doing the bare minimum... Mama here has 2 piranha plants in front of her, being either fire or thunder elements. No matter how many you defeat, they pop right back up. Okay, so just ignore them, right? Yeah. If you attack Mama with any plants on the field, the plants get a "fuck you, it's my turn now" attack. They shoot this random barrage of fireballs, and it's just so difficult to avoid them all. And just one of these balls does... And just one of these attacks does a quarter of my health. This fight had me at my wit's end trying to figure it out, so I took to a guide to see if I could find any extra gear or badges for Luigi. The answer's no! So I died a lot more. I gave up for a bit and took a detour in the desert area I hadn't been to yet. I accomplished nothing but killing 2 mobs and finding a dude sleeping that I couldn't wake up. I ran around everywhere looking for something, anything to help. Alas, I found nothing, and steeled myself to take on Mama as I was. It took an hour, and I had to avoid every attack, but I finally won and got to level 15. If I could never do a boss fight again, it would be that one. With that plant defeated, Peach can finally show her feet to the Bean Kingdom. We then get the bombshell dropped on us that Peach never got her voice stolen. The person yelling those slurs was... Birdo? Why is Birdo... whatever. Peach is safe in the castle and is told about an immigrant town called Little Fungi Town, so Peach begs us. So we oblige. It's so dumb, this whole section. Peach just walks around, and if she gets tapped by an enemy or is out of sight for too long, she gets kidnapped. The only upside is that every time you save her, you get to see the bros hug it out, which is my favorite animation in the game. Yes, even more so than this one. Good thing to note is that when she is kidnapped and you save her, whoever had kidnapped her to begin with leaves the map permanently, meaning it's easier to proceed. After that ordeal, someone needs to give this bitch a life alert, because now this tree is harassing her. It's gotta be tough to be a blonde white woman. So yeah, this guy, Trunkle. He takes like 0 damage. He has a low health pool and a pretty dodgeable moveset. But in typical me fashion, I lose a bit, then decide to hit this tree thing since it's weaker, and we kill him extremely fast. Our reward is these nuts, and we level up twice. Our stash stat now exceeds all of our other stats. Oh here, check out all this shit we can't buy. Since I'm bored of saving the world, I do what I do best and hit the arcade. We win a bottle of Belle Delphine's bathwater that Mario straight up chugs. He is then infected with gamer syndrome. To cure him, Luigi must bravely conquer the... Oh, it's done. Good job, Luigi. Before we get to Mario, though, Cacaletta is now inside of Bowser. It's a trend they love in these games. The newly appearing Bowletta takes Princess Peach. Luigi gives Mario an Amaranth subscription, making him forget all about Belle. Bowletta appears with demands. Chapter 5. The Beanus. Bowletta demands we find the pieces of the Beanstar and hand them over to get Princess Peach back. And hold on a second, that one's a dick. Yeah, dude, that's just straight up a wiener and balls, bro. Wait, what the? Luigi! Dude, keep it together, you're in public! Paisley says some shit about feet again and we head out. Obviously, the bean peen that I now dub the Venus is easily the most important one, so I head for it first. Ah, there it is in all its glory. I can't wait to take it and... Hey, where are they going? Ostaf backwards?
Oh my God!
Now we have to play minigames. I gotta say, I've done a lot of minigames, but still not as many as the new Final Fantasy VII games have. If only they were fun like this, maybe I'd enjoy those games. Sorry, I'm getting off track. We blow up a ship and sink it, then chase the Venus into the Guarhar Lagoon, where we sadly have to spend money yet again. It's a whopping 200 coins, meaning we've spent 312 so far. It's sad, but these squid girls teach us probably the most important moves in the game. I don't realize it till much later, though. We gain the ability to shock Mario, making us move in unison, and flame Luigi like most people do online, making us dash. We also learn some bros moves to reflect this. We use the new moves to get through the next area and come face to face with Big Lobster Man, who has a beautiful Venus atop his shell. Not wanting to lose his beautiful Venus, he battles us. Now, Hermie here is tough. He has 2 claws you can attack and his main body, which has 400 HP. I'm over here doing some meager damage as usual, meaning this fight will be long. At first, I can't get these claw attacks down, so I take the claws out. But just like every other boss, he can restore them after a while, making it kind of pointless to fight them. Luigi's thunder move does critical damage, so I do that a couple times. I end up losing with the small amounts of damage I do, so I decide to come back to him later. I head over to the woods, and of course, I have to spend even more money, another 500 coins. I don't want to spend that right now, so I leave again and take out my frustration on Luigi. Don't worry, that's the only time I do the coin glitch. Well, 2 beans I can't really get right now, so I need to head to another one to hopefully get it. We meet Harhal, who does his best impression of Did You Know Gaming.
Did you know?
This is a pretty fun little minigame. You gotta blast these bob-ombs to make certain colors and designs. It's fairly easy. We get this piece of star in record time, but there's an extra reward here if we make every design in every color. We'll get a new piece of gear, and seeing as how I fucking need it, I get every single design. We're awarded the Harhal Pants. The defense isn't great, but we gain a massive amount of HP, and it gives us a random gravity effect, meaning we can be normal, floaty, or heavy at any point. Only Mario can wear these, so I equip them to him and the wool trousers to Luigi. He finally gets his own gear. It is only at this time that I equip the trousers to Luigi that I find out we got a badge from Mama Piranha that I never equipped. I equip it to Luigi. Then I head to the second piece, which takes us to this Yoshi Theater. Out front, a multi-billion-dollar crypto bro has a thing for Yoshivore, is using a bean piece to light up his sign. He tasks us with finding some neon Yoshi eggs to trade for the bean piece. We gotta search around and find bean fruits, then feed them to the Yoshis who give us what we need. In the theater, I just have one question. Kirby's story when, Nintendo? I'm still waiting! Searching for the fruits, I find this little Mario stage, and after clearing it, we get the Iron Pants. This gear dramatically increases our defense, but the cost is we're stuck with heavy gravity, meaning dodges are very difficult. I decided to opt for these over Harhal's pants for now. Find a few fruits in another area with one of these gold moles who gives me some green peppers. These raise defense in battle. They'll go nicely with the red peppers I got from beating Rookie earlier. We find all the bean fruits and have only one more to go, the toughest one of all. We're separated from Mario and forced to fight alone against Piranha Bean. Boasting 180 health, this won't be easy, and Luigi is quite frail. The bean is weak to electricity, so I use that a lot. I lose fast, and unfortunately all the gear we have is Mario specific, so I'm stuck in the wool trousers. Also, look at this. Luigi holds up a picture of Mario for him when you're separated. It's adorable. The bean has very few attacks. He shoots fireballs and whatever this thing is. That's about it. 2 hits from the weird thing and we die. 3 hits from the fireballs and we die. I do a maximum of 4 damage here, meaning we have very, very, very many turns ahead of us. I persevere with the moveset being easy enough to deal with, and I only use a single mushroom for the battle thanks to the HP restoring pants, and we level up to 18. Turns out the theater owner isn't the only one in Navor because that weird thing was Prince Peasley. We return him to normal, and I totally ship these two. Look, Mario also holds up a picture of Luigi. We get every egg and gain the second bean piece. Still not ready to refight Hermie, I spend those 500 coins, putting our total spent 812 coins. I'm pretty sure that's the last thing we're forced to buy. After finishing the arena minigame, we can head into the area where the bean piece is. Oh, of course, another boss. Popple is here and we must fight him solo. Now he's boasting 520 HP, and I'm still doing shit for damage. Popple does the same moves, except now he can steal our hammers from us as well as throw a ton of items from this bag. The bag of items just sucks. He throws so much stuff from it. After losing, I decided to grind out a level for Mario so they're even again. I also learn a couple of secrets. First, I find a ton of beans in the castle area. Then I find this side quest to search for bean stones. Seeing as how I don't want to play the game anymore, I just roam around finding them and get the most important badge of the game. The Bros Rock boosts our power and Bros points a lot. I also equipped the Piranha Swing to Luigi. This is the badge that we got from Piranha Bean. Now I had to do one last thing I put off for as long as possible. I had to do the coffee bean side quest. There's a coffee shop in town where you use those beans we've been digging up to make stat boosting coffee. It's mainly to get rewards for making them, so don't expect me to massively grind destroying our stats. I make a Woohoo, Chuckle, Teehee, and Hulumbian. I give all of these to Luigi, making his stats nearly identical to Mario's, and we now gain extra items that change a few things in battle. First off is the Greed Wallet. This increases the money obtained in battle. We never use it. Also the bonus ring. We don't lose HP, we get an experience boost. We never use that either. The other two though, the Excite Spring makes it so we can hold down the jump button to float for a while in battle, and the Great Force increases damage dealt and received. Finally, a way to make us stronger. I put the Great Force on Mario and the Spring on Luigi. With only the 2 beans left, I set out once again to obtain the Beanus. As you can see, we're a bit stronger than we were, and I've gotten good at dodging. It's at this point I even start attempting the advanced moves. But then, Luigi changes the game without me realizing it.
I stand in the place bathed in heavenly light. Thou art where the gate to the underworld opens. Come forth, divine lightning. This is the end. That's Mama Luigi to you, Mario.
Did you see that? I just did 94 damage on a failed attack. Well, what's that great thing? It doesn't matter. It's time.
Now that's a lot of damage.
We absolutely crush him and reach level 19. I have no clue what happened, but we dealt like triple damage that whole fight. We finally obtained the Beanus and only need to get one more. I head straight to the Popple fight, and since we do a bit more damage, it's not nearly as bad as when we first got here. I use 7 mushrooms, a nut, 3 syrups, and my last 1-up shroom. I'm definitely worried about our future, but we gain the final piece of the Bean Star, return to the castle, and get another message from Bowletta to meet her at Joke's End. Prince Peasley splits his only beans revenue with us, giving us 100 coins, and we head out. Chapter 6. Luigi's True Power. Before going to Joke's End, I check out the Hammer Bros who make our Ultra Hammers, the final version we get. With these new hammers, we can now flatten Luigi into a surfboard. Mario gets to level 20 and I start this stupid surfing game. The reward for 38 seconds or less is a good one, so I grind it out for a really long time. Like, it's pretty much pixel perfect.
Get ready for the first race! What happened? This is the final round. Good luck! Go! You did it!
Beating that time gives us the casual coral, probably the best gear in the game. I don't know, dude, I only have 4 things. It's finally something I can put on Luigi, so I give it to him to massively boost his defense. I also gave Mario the Excite Spring to counterbalance the heavy weight of Iron Pants, and gave Luigi the Great Force for a boost in his damage. Now that all of that is out of the way, we head to Joke's End. This place sucks for my run. The encounters have huge amounts of enemies, tight corridors that lead to me being knocked over constantly. One hit here is death guaranteed. We catch Luigi back up to level 20, get super lucky and get several 1-up super drops. Get to level 21 and reset many, many, many times. Finally, we make it to the end where we fight Jojo Lita and her friend. I lose. I go back in, and I'm not sure how the friend here works. Sometimes they'll turn their hair red to increase their defense, and I guess that's all changing their hair color does? But thanks to Great Force and Chopper Bros, we steadily do decent damage, meaning the fight doesn't take forever. I get alright at doing the dodges and take out JoJo quickly. By the end of the fight, I'm down to the bare minimum of my inventory. I have exactly 4 1-up supers left and very few mushrooms. Winning this fight jumps us up to level 23. We confront Bowletta with the fact that she is a fake Peach, and Peach hits that Yamcha pose. Turns out we tricked Bowletta, and we just disguised Luigi in drag. Luigi uses his expert drag skills to turn his dress into a parachute to land back in the desert, where he gets kidnapped by Popple. I make a mistake here and save. The mistake is that I don't have access to Luigi, which means I cannot level up if I need to, or switch equipment before this next fight. We must win with what we have, and what I learn really upsets me. Our next battle is with Popple and Birdo. Popple has as much health as last time and of course attacks just as frequently. Then... for the love of God, I finally find out why I did so much damage to Hermie. Luigi's Thunder Bros attack drops defense. I have no clue how it works or why, but we do nearly triple our regular output with it in effect, easily crushing Birdo and Popple. Hitting level 24, I now know that I've had a secret weapon the whole time, and I'll be using it for the rest of the game. If only we had time to celebrate. The Bean Bean Kingdom is again in ruins. At least they got rid of the corpses this time. Bowletta is now in command of Bowser's fortress. The prince bravely charges into battle, leaving his lover behind, and now we must venture to the final dungeon. Final chapter, Boss Rush. First off, we need to get one thing. I head to Guahar Lagoon, meet the star guy that I give to Hermie, so we can get the Soulful Bros badge. This augments Bro's attacks. I don't know what that means, but I assume it makes Bro attacks stronger? The bonus effect is we gain 2 BP back every turn, meaning I never need to use a syrup again. I equip it to Mario and then we enter the final castle. It's going to get so rough. For now, we have to avoid just about every enemy encounter because they all one-shot us here. The best encounter we can get is with these boos. Anything else is an instant reset. It takes a good while, but we get to the first Koopaling. That's right, the Koopalings are back, and we need to fight every single one. Our first battle is against Iggy. Iggy spins around us and we have to hit him with the hammer to stop him. He also spits fireballs that we have to shoot back at him. Once we drop his defense, it's game over. Easy fight. Level 25 and on to the next. Morton Koopa. Instead of spinning around, he has a ground pound attack we must jump over. We conquer him easily with Chopper Bros, destroying and hit level 26. I swap Mario back to Harhal's pants for a bit since the heavy weight effect starts getting to me. The next Koopaling is one of the tougher fights. Lemmy. He can multiply into 4 copies. There's no tell as far as I could find, and I think the devs made it so you cannot defense drop him because the icon would give away which one's the real one. Funny because they kept that in Partners in Time. This means this fight will have to be done without any defense drops. I keep using Luigi's Thunder attack since it's my only all-hitting move, and I do it over and over until Lemmy does an attack instead of cloning himself so we can Chopper Bros him. Every once in a while, I just guess to hit a clone for an extra turn of damage. It ends up being a much slower fight, but we eventually win. After another puzzle section, we fight famous streamer Ludwig. Defense drop works again, meaning it's just another easy win. Level 27, and then it's Roy's turn. We're introduced to a new mechanic. This Bob-omb that will give us an auto game over if we take too many turns. Good thing we have defense drop and a lot of damage per turn. Roy is a lot tougher since he has this gauntlet of spinning attacks. He just spins at you over and over and over again for a good while. One hit will kill Mario, and I don't have 1-ups to spare anymore. We get him eventually and hit 28. The next section is a lot of resets thanks to the placement of these boos. Wendy's the next Koopaling, and she's another clone maker. We can't defense drop her either. I'm forced to bust out the red pepper on Mario so we can beat the Bob-omb's timer. Using Thunder Bros to clear the board, and some good guesses from Mario, we're eventually able to win. Only one Koopaling to go, and we don't have much left. Oh well, it's time to beat this. Good thing for us, it's the easiest fight of them all. I get amazing RNG with him using the easiest move to counter over and over. Yep. Against my better judgment, I didn't head back and save, and the game spawned me over a fireball that gave me this encounter, killing me. Meaning I have to fight Larry all over again. So, I go back and beat him again, hit level 29, and fucking backtrack to save this time. We still aren't done. It's time to fight Fawful, and he really lives up to his name being an awful twat. His attacks are obnoxious. He does a laser beam attack that requires some perfect jumping to avoid completely, and on top of that, he stays in this dome so he can't be damaged. You have to hit it enough to get him to emerge, and when he does, he flies, so Thunder Bros won't work. Also, when you manage the damage to make him come out, you have to deal with this attack where it forces you to jump rope. At least you can break the balls beforehand, making it a bit easier. I spent a good chunk of time in this fight figuring out the best way to win. It's the same thing I've been doing, honestly. One Chopper Bros is enough to make him do the dome attack. Then we just pile on damage as much as we can before it starts all over. I reset the fight a lot since I need to avoid just about every attack. After a lot of grinding though, we win and hit level 30, finally hitting 100 stash points. At least for Mario. Now, only one person stands between us and victory. Oh god. It's Bowser with tits. I wish I could remove this from my brain. Bowletta is incredibly powerful, and the moves are just fast, fast, fast. I decide to swap some gear. I give Luigi the wool trousers since one shot kills him anyway, and give Mario the casual coral so we don't need to deal with a random gravity effect. I give the fight a shot again and lose fairly quickly. I know what I need to do, so when I die, I use the second option to continue from Bean Bean Castle. I make the rest of the drinks in the coffee shop, getting us the rest of the bonus items, but the most important one is the Game Boy Horror SP. This makes it so enemies drop rare items instantly, and using this, I farm Tanoombas for a bunch of green peppers and Bob-ombs for a bunch of red peppers. I drink those coffees and get our beloved brothers to level 32. With only 2 1-ups left, I go into Bowletta one final time.
Thunder! Luigi! Mario! Yeah! Let's go! Yahoo!
After we win, Peasley has set the place to explode. Why the fuck would you do that, Peasley? We must use all that we've learned to escape, and with that, finally beat the game, spending as little coins as possible, and with stashes as big as our hearts. I can now say that it takes at least 1,112 coins to beat the game. And maybe we could drop that to less, but there are the tutorial battles which give us a fixed amount, so I gotta say, for a Game Boy Advance game, that was a lot of fun. A lot of neat puzzles and fun gimmicks made this a blast to play through. I really don't know if I could have done that final fight with no defense drop. I mean, just getting past that first turn with 1 hit point was brutal enough. But it's done. We've conquered the game, and now I can dub this the Superstar Saga. I want to thank you for watching the video this far, and if you like what you saw, please leave a like or subscribe to let me know you enjoyed it. If you'd like to support me further, check out my Patreon where you can see these videos early and some behind the scenes stuff. Thanks again for joining me on this wild mustache ride, and as always, stay cozy everyone.